They're ready to unbench the Kench. What's going on, Summoners? My name is Irene, and I'm here with a follow-up video on one of Riot's biggest plans for one of League's champions. Very recently, Riot let us know that they wanted to do some fine-tuning work and make adjustments so that some champions would better fit their vision for them. Tahm Kench was one of them. And like we mentioned in our previous video, we're here with a more comprehensive breakdown of what's in store for him. I do want to mention briefly to you guys that we'd love it if you'd subscribe or even check out ProGuides.com for a bunch of content just like you find on our YouTube channel. We're also doing a giveaway for 7 annual ProGuides subscriptions and a ton of PG points that you can redeem for coaching at our website. In order to enter the contest, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Discord giveaways tab using the link in the description. Now, let's jump right into the video. Tahm Kench is receiving a mini rework. However, this rework is set to be a number of patches from now. It's not coming anytime soon, and it's still tentative as a result. Don't worry though, Riot has learned their lesson, and this is set to ship after Worlds so that the game doesn't fall into utter chaos once again. This guy has also been plagued with the issues of feeling too strong and competitive, but too weak in solo queue. Riot has always had to tightrope walk a very dangerous game when balancing Tahm Kench to try and balance him in both. With the amount of coordination he requires to be played to his full potential, this comes to nobody's surprise. When you have one on your team, you're able to make some insane rotations and also allow your carries to play much more aggressively than they would be able to otherwise. These aren't the easiest strengths to capitalize on in solo queue, however, and according to Riot, anytime Tahm Kench's win rate is above a 44 to 45% win rate in solo queue, he was actually broken in competitive. Quite literally night and day difference. For now, what Riot has decided to test is something we've actually seen them do before, just like they did with Diana. The approach Riot is taking is that they're swapping his ultimate with another one of his abilities. The plan is to make Tahm Kench's Devour his new ultimate. This is a rather tricky ability to use, and it's definitely a pivotal point of his gameplay. Aside from Tahm Kench players needing to know how to use it, Tahm Kench's allies also need to be in the loop. It's already hard enough not being able to communicate with your solo queue allies on the spot, but players in lower elo may simply be new to the game. They may not have had enough time to understand on a deeper level how Tahm Kench is meant to be played and how to play around him as well. By switching it up and making Tahm Kench's Devour his new ultimate, opponents should have an easier time capitalizing on Tahm Kench's weakness before level 6. To compensate for that, this ability should deal even more damage, or alternatively, slow Tahm Kench down less and provide shielding to the ally he's protecting. Alright, so what's happening now that his current ultimate is going to become his new W? This ability was the other issue that made Tahm Kench so difficult to balance. Like our analysts thought in our previous video, the solution was to rework his ultimate and make Tahm Kench a simpler pick. They've definitely made his ultimate a lot more straightforward by changing his W into his ultimate, but reworking Abyssal Voyage into a standard ability means that it's going to need some changes. Instead of being a spell used for rotations, Riot is testing it out as an engage tool. This will require less coordination as Tahm Kench will be able to make solo plays and not have to necessarily rely on allies to do what he wants. That's right, no more taking an ally for a little adventure. He's going in solo. It's going to cast faster, have a shorter range, and finally, damage and knock up enemies hit by it upon Tahm Kench's arrival. Essentially, it's an offensive ability that's way easier to utilize, and thus should make him much easier for solo queue players to find success on. Finally, there are some other changes that appear more tentative than others. It's likely that the swap between Tahm Kench's ultimate and his current Devour are going to go through. We saw this work with Diana, and I'm sure Riot wants to push this change through as well. What's deeper in the works is the accessory stuff. Tahm Kench's Q might have a self-heal attached to it. His playstyle right now falls pretty flat, because you do your thing, and then you're out of gas for a pretty long time. Rather than encouraging all or nothing playstyle, Riot wants to give Tahm Kench players a chance to do a little more than that, working more tactically around his Q. Also, they want to allow Tahm Kench's Tongue Lash to once again apply his passive, Unacquired Taste. Since his Devour is going to be his ultimate, he might even end up being able to Q and devour an enemy champion from afar as long as they have max stacks. It's actually a pretty cool mechanic, but it's actually pretty scary. It's definitely awesome when you see Tahm Kench Tongue Lash and then devour minions for snipes or even Rift Scuttler denials, but to see it being used on champions adds a new level of depth to this guy. It sounds like they have some pretty cool plans for Tahm Kench. While they are simplifying him, Riot is trying to give Tahm Kench more diversity in his gameplay. That concludes this video on Tahm Kench's upcoming rework. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll keep you updated with more news as we receive it. I'm super excited for this rework, and I hope you guys are too. Also, don't forget to join our giveaway by subscribing to our YouTube channel and joining our Discord using the link in the description. We're giving away 7 annual Pro memberships, and 10 more winners will receive 2,000 PG points each. And I want to ask you guys a question of the day. What's your favorite version of Unbench the Kench? I kind of like uninhibit the ribbit, permit the Kermit. Tell me what you guys like in the comments below. Nonetheless, until next time, I wish you all the best of luck on Summoner's Rift.